This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids. What up, everybody? This is your boy Black Magus, and I've made it a habit of doing these little tech overviews for different stuff, products that I buy, systems that I own, so might as well keep up the tradition, right? So PlayStation 4 has a new update. I didn't think it was coming that soon. I remember them mentioning it about, gosh, it's been less than 2 weeks, maybe 10 days, probably less than that, when they announced that update 2.5, or what was the code name, like Cobra or something. It was some crazy code name that they had for it, but it hasn't been that long since they announced it. Then all of a sudden yesterday they said, hey, tomorrow the update will be available, which is pretty cool, because I remember the last big update, I want to say it took probably a month between the announcement and when it dropped. So that was pretty fast. This is pretty fast for them. I guess they learned from their mistakes and decided, let's not announce anything until we're about to come out with it, because I'm pretty sure the internet went off on that for some reason. But anyway, so here we go, update 2.50, and as I said in my overview of the announcement, there are a couple of things in here that are really, really cool. The one that's going to stand out the most, of course, for people is going to be the suspend play, which, like I said before, eliminates that need to leave the system on or have to work to a checkpoint. But I'll go into details of that later. So let's just go down the main features. Like I said, you can now enter rest mode without closing any applications. That's the suspend mode. You can adjust the setting in the power saving. So there is, people, we finally got that mode that they promised to us in March of 2013. You can now backup data stored on a PS4 system to a USB mass storage device, and also restore backup data, which is actually really good, because I remember when I upgraded my hard drive on my PS4, one of the things that really sucked was that once I put in a new hard drive, I had to reinstall everything. This basically creates a backup, so if you do upgrade your hard drive, all you have to do is just create the backup file like it was on the PS3. Create the backup file, put it on a USB external hard drive, wipe everything off, and then put in the new hard drive, install the system software, and then run the restore, so you don't have to reinstall everything. It'll just dump everything back on at once, instead of, like I had to do, grab this disk, put it in, install it, then do the updates, grab this disk, put it in, install it, then do it. That was a fucking nightmare. Glad this is finally here. So for anybody who's looking to upgrade your hard drive now on the PS4, they've made things much easier. Or if you feel like you need to do like a hard reset, wipe off your information, you don't have to go through that tedious process of doing everything bit by bit. You can just create a backup, knock it out faster, thank God. Accessibility has been added to settings. That, to me, is probably the biggest thing, even though it's something that I may not utilize. I think it's a huge thing for gamers all across, because what this does is this allows you to do things like remap your buttons. So if you're someone who has a physical disability, and say your left hand is a little, your left hand is weaker than your right, and you don't really feel comfortable utilizing the triggers with your left, you could swap things, so you can do that. You can change the way that certain buttons function. So, if I want to use the touchpad instead for whatever function R2 does, I could do that. It basically lets people configure it to what's more comfortable for them, which I think is really, really, really cool. Great way to open things up. Because again, I mentioned this in my other video. I saw a guy with one hand playing games and he was working it, but now he'll probably be even better because he can actually fine tune things to make it even more easier for him to play games. So that's a great feature right there. Nice that Sony did that. And then you can upload clips to Dailymotion. Again, it's not that huge over here, but Dailymotion is used over in Europe, probably more than it is here. So that's a good touch too, because a lot of people do like to put their stuff on Dailymotion as well as YouTube. YouTube isn't the only site that people actually like to upload stuff on, because I've seen a lot of footage on Dailymotion to know this. But those are the major features. Other features in 2.5, PS4 system software can now be installed automatically, which I think is cool, because I would rather you do all this stuff in the background. Like me having to come turn on my PS4, then going through the rigmarole. It's not a bother, but sometimes it can catch you off guard. Like, for those of you who may not have known about this, you come home and you see this and you're like, what the hell? And now I gotta wait and download this. And of course you have also the worry of when you download it. Like, I'm sure there were some people who stayed up late last night, got this download and started to install it, or some people who stayed up intentionally to get this download, and you ran into a wall of people downloading at the same time. Well, now you can just sleep on it. It'll do its thing. That's good. Trophies, you can now delete trophies with 0% achievements. For all you guys who get Gamefly, try a game, like, it's okay, and don't really do anything in it, like I've done with a couple of games when I had Gamefly. Now that whole thing can be eliminated from your history, which it's funny because personally, it probably should have never registered unless you got a trophy, but it's a part of the install of games, as far as I know, so that's probably why that comes up. But now you can clear that off your history. Earn date, not earned, and grade have been added as sorting. So now you can check and see what trophies you have. You can sort it so you can see what trophies you have or what trophy you don't have. You can see what types of trophies. That's what the grade basically is. What is it? Bronze, silver, gold, platinum. Earn date will tell you when you got the trophy, so you can find out when you had your last trophy. Nice little thing, nothing major. You can now search the internet for details about trophies from the options menu. That's actually pretty cool. Let you see what exactly you need to do for the trophy. A lot of you trophy hunters, achievement hunters, however you want to call yourself, that's for you guys right there, so you can figure out stuff. Screenshots of screens when you earn trophies are now saved automatically. So every time you get a trophy, Sony will take a picture, so you don't have to worry about hitting the share button. You can set it so it'll automatically capture that, and then you can send it off. You can now share trophy details and screenshots. Select the trophy you want to share details about and trophy, and then press the share button. I guess that's pretty cool if you want to just single out the trophy and send people the information that shows up under it to show them exactly what you got. So every platinum you get, you can go in there and you can, if people say you don't have the platinum, well, now you can go and automatically send the platinum to prove that you got the platinum. Again, that's for all you guys who are trophy hunters. I'm not big on that, so that doesn't do anything for me at all. Share play. You can now test the host connection speed when starting share play. Interesting. So I guess now if you're the person, because I know normally when share play, when you start as the host, you can check someone's internet connection. They'll tell you whether or not their internet is good enough. Well, I guess now you can see if it's the host who may have the issue. I never really paid that much attention. That's actually pretty cool that they let the person who's trying to join test the connection so they can see. So I guess that can end that argument of whose internet it is that's messing up, I guess. You can now enjoy share play at 60 frames per second. So basically, they're giving you the option if you want to run share play at 30 or 60 is basically what that is, so you can improve the frame rates of the video. Of course, make sure you have good internet, people. Don't just be doing this because you see it as an option. Your internet better be solid, because it's just like with YouTube or anything else. If you don't have the power to run 60 streaming it, it's a waste to turn it on because it's just not going to work for you. Other stuff, users who are your Facebook friends can now be displayed. Okay, so if you know anybody on your Facebook who has a PS4, or you didn't know they had a PS4, now you can find out, hey, they got a PS4. Okay. Not a big deal to me. Don't need to know everybody's business. You can now send real name requests in addition to friend requests to users who are currently not on your friends list. I guess they're gonna let you do it all at once. I guess that's cool. You can now apply a shadow style for text and themes. Okay. I guess that makes the, a little sprucing up. You can now interrupt to 140 characters on your self-introduction. I think that's cool because the self-introductions used to be really short on the PS3. I don't think I put a self-introduction on the PS4 yet. I didn't care that much, really, to be quite honest. But now you can pretty much have a Twitter-sized introduction. You can now use the touchpad to operate playback of videos on disc. Huh, interesting. Wonder how that would work, playing back and forth. Of course, that's nothing that I could really test because copyright laws would not would disallow me from doing that, especially since you can't, or at least aren't supposed to record video. I won't say can't, but you're not supposed to record movies and stuff like that. But that's pretty interesting. I guess that's their quick answer to the whole, well, where's my remote control? They're gonna, oh, well, you can just swipe with the control pad. Sony, come out with a goddamn remote control like you did for the PS3. I don't know why you didn't do it. You would think that a company that has financial issues like Sony would have did it anyway, because everybody in the world damn near would buy that shit like they did the remote control for the PS3. Although I guess now it's a different situation since it's no longer the cheapest Blu-ray player around like the PS3 was when it first came out. But anyway, sorry for the mini rant there. You can now upgrade a sub account to a master account, which a lot of people have been wanting to do. People always shared PlayStations, and then they finally got their PlayStation, but they didn't want to just create a whole new account because their stuff was tied to that person. If they logged in onto their PS4 with that same name, they'd still be tied into someone else's account. Now they can free themselves and have their own setup. You can now, I'm sorry, I already read that. Discover has been added to introduce users to PS4 system features. Have to see what exactly that is, but it looks like, I guess, the way I'm reading this stuff to you, I guess it'll give you a list of stuff that you can discover on the PS4. We'll see what that is, but that's pretty much the update in a nutshell. So we're going to install this. I, of course, am going to try to test out some features and show you guys how they work. Again, can't do the video play by control with the touchpad because copyrights. I ain't trying to have some movie studio shut down my channel because I've showed footage of video, especially since I'm not supposed to be recording that stuff. That's why they have HDCP, people. That's why. That's what it's for. No piracy of movies on disc. Anyway, that's it. As always, you guys hit me up. Let me know what you think. And I'll holler at you later. This your boy Black Makers, and I'm out. Deuces.